There's a lot of confusion out there when it comes to online courses. Is it something that you could get into? Is it something that you can actually make money with? Is it a scam? Is it legit? Maybe you have thought about making an online course, but maybe some of the confusion and really some of the myths surrounding online courses might have been holding you back. In this video, I'm going to deal with the most common myths surrounding online courses and hopefully show you that it might not be what you think. There's actually really great opportunities available when it comes to making an online course. And in this video, I'm going to dispel the myths that might be holding you back from building and selling your own. My name's Lane. This is my channel. I like to help digital entrepreneurs start and grow profitable online businesses. If you are looking to begin and grow an online business and you're looking for ways to do that, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, I want to give you my free, super simple guide to your first $500 online. If you go to lanesebring.com/super simple, you can pick it up there. This is my complete guide, all the steps that you need to go from just an idea, kind of something that you want to build an online business around, all the way through to launching your first online course. It's all in there. I think if you can set everything up and make your first $500, you are going to love it. You're going to be hooked. That first $500 is so important because it proves that it works. And from there, if you can make 500, you can make 50,000, you can make 500,000. The sky is really the limit. So go to lanesebring.com/super simple. All right, so let's dive into the most common myths surrounding online courses. The first myth is people won't pay for them. This is kind of the idea that if you package together information, who's going to pay for that? This was something that actually kind of held me back for quite a while in my first business, Preaching Donkey. It's actually one of the things that kept me from starting a YouTube channel over there for the longest time. When I started Preaching Donkey, it was a blog, which is written content, and then I started a podcast, which is audio, and then I wrote my first book, and then I wrote another book, but I really held off on YouTube. And my reasoning there, which was flawed, but my reasoning was, if I do YouTube, which is video, obviously you know that, then how am I going to sell an online course, which is also video? And my reasoning was, people aren't gonna pay to buy a course if they already see YouTube videos of me teaching similar content. And this was a massively flawed way of thinking. It actually works the exact opposite. When people see you on video, they're actually more likely to buy your course, but we'll get into that in a second. But it held me back thinking, people aren't gonna buy something that they can get for free. Some people look at it this way. They say, well, there's so much information on YouTube. There's so much information that you can just Google and you can get for free. Why would somebody pay for my course? Well, let me tell you, number one, this is a myth simply because it just isn't true. People do buy online courses. I have made tens of thousands of dollars selling online courses, and I sell more and more every week and every month. So people do buy online courses. So the question becomes, if information is widely available, then why would somebody buy an online course? To answer that question, we actually have to look at what an online course provides. An online course provides a package. It is an end-to-end system. It's complete and it's organized. Think of it this way. This might make it a little bit easier to consider. Think of a book. So going back to my Preaching Donkey brand, I had plenty of written content, plenty of blog posts, hundreds of blog posts that I went through, and I actually repurposed that written content into a book, which is another form of written content. And a lot of that book was directly taken from my blog. I just repurposed it. I added to it, made it more in depth, made it more helpful, but I organized it into a package known as a book that took people on a journey through the chapters and was a complete package and a complete system. And people have bought that book in the thousands of people who have decided to purchase that book, even though if they just went to preachingdonkey.com, they could find most of that in written content in the blog post. So why do people buy books? Well, they buy books because they want the convenience of having it packaged together. A course is like a book, but on steroids. Not only do they get everything packaged together in an end-to-end system, but the value added in the course, if you do it right, is they get a much more in-depth dive into what you're teaching. You take them on a very purposeful journey through the course. If you do it right and it's intentional, where you're taking them, I like to talk about the escape arrival paradigm. Got this from Miles Beckler. What are you helping people escape from? What are you helping them arrive to? What are the milestones along the way that you're going to help them to get there? What do they need to get from what they're escaping to where they want to arrive? Your course does all of that. Now, could they dig through your YouTube channel and other people's YouTube channels in Google and find that information and piece it together? Absolutely. Nothing is new. There's plenty of information out there. But people will pay for the convenience of having it packaged together. Not only that, but they will pay to hear it from you. And this is why content is so valuable to your ability to sell an online course. Knowing that, for those of you who resonate with me and the way that I teach, you are starting to know me, like me, and trust me, and are more likely to buy from me than if I just showed up out of nowhere, let's say with an ad on Facebook. And I'm just somebody you don't know, don't like, and don't trust because I haven't proven myself with content. So I think people will buy online courses for all those reasons, and they do buy online courses for those reasons. So the fact that people won't pay for information is just flawed. So the idea that people won't pay for an online course is a myth. The number 2 myth about online courses is that they're all a scam. Now, I want to mention that some of them are a scam. Like, some people just throw together an online course, or they hire someone to build an online course, and they just focus on marketing it. And if they can market well and sell well, they can sell a crappy product that really is a scam. And there is no shortage of people doing this in the market. And there's no shortage of people trying to get rich doing this, trying to teach people how to get rich doing something that they've never actually done. So this is not a myth in the sense that they're not all a scam, but unfortunately, like any other business, there's plenty of scammers out there. You wouldn't say that roofing companies are all a scam, but you would say that there's some roofing companies that scam people, right? But that doesn't mean that anybody who puts shingles on your roof is a scammer. It's much the same in online courses. There's plenty of people who have legitimate online courses, who have good refund policies. So if you don't like it, you can just get your money back, but they teach legitimate things for a legitimate price, and it's not a scam. So to say that all of them are a scam is really to discredit those who have an honest business model where they really are trying to build a community of people, knowing that most people won't buy their courses, but that's okay. But the ones who do are going to be served well, and if they don't like it, they get a refund. So like on my courses, I have a 60-day refund policy on my courses, 30-day refund policy on my membership site. I have had very few refund requests, but it's always immediate, no questions asked. I just refund the money. There's no scam involved in the online business owners that I coach, and there's no scam involved in the many, many friends that I have in this space. But some people are trying to make a quick buck. They're not legitimate. They are a scam, so you have to watch out for that. But my hope is that if you're watching this, you are not one of the scammers, because I don't teach that. I teach legitimate online business. You have a passion, knowledge, expertise, or experience in some area, and you are sharing that with people, packaging it together in online courses, coaching, consulting, membership sites, and you're selling it in a legitimate way. That is not a scam. So the fact that all online businesses are a scam is just a myth. The third myth about online courses is that they're just too hard to make. Now, I will say online courses are not easy to make. Like, they are hard, but they're not too hard. What I mean by that is, if you want to build an online course, if you are determined, you can do it. But you are creating something that doesn't exist yet. The thing about an online course is that it's all in your head until you put pen to paper, and then you record the videos, you build the slides, you build the worksheets and downloadables, and all of the bonuses and assets that you're going to include with the online course. It is actually not a complicated thing. It's pretty simple, but you have to work hard at it. But it's not too hard. In other words, it's not out of your reach. If you want to do it, you can. When I launched my first online course, I still had a full-time job. I built that course in the morning before work, and then in the evening after work, while having an executive level, pretty high stress job during the day. And I did all of it because I wanted to. And I'm not Superman, I'm nothing special. I just laid it out step by step. Here's all the things I have to do, and I made it happen. It is not too hard. Anybody can do it. If you have knowledge, passion, expertise, experience, something that you want to share, you can put it together in a course and sell it in a legitimate way. It is not too hard. That's a myth. The fifth myth related to online courses is this myth, which is just that I have nothing to teach in an online course. It kind of goes back to that first myth that people aren't going to pay for it, but this is a little bit different where you might say, yeah, it would be nice to have an online course, but I don't really have anything to teach. The problem with this is that you do have something to teach, especially if you're making content, if you're putting content out in front of people. If you have a niche that you've determined and anybody's paying attention to that niche, you're growing an audience on YouTube, you're growing your email list, at any level, if people are watching and listening and reading what you're saying about any given topic, then you can make an online course about it. My suggestion is to start with a mini course. I've got a great playlist right here about mini courses and how to make them. It's a great way to get started. So don't let this myth of feeling like you don't have anything to teach keep you from creating an online course. If you have anything to say about a topic, you can package it together in a course, so check out that playlist right there. And then finally, the last myth about online courses is the tech is just too confusing. This is just simply not true anymore. It is so easy to make an online course. When it comes to the tech, my suggestion, of course, is Kajabi, lanesebring.com/Kajabi. If you sign up using my link, you get all kinds of cool benefits, including a one-on-one 45-minute call with me and a free course on Kajabi from me. So the tech is really not an issue anymore. At one point, when people were selling online courses, they had to build them in a much more manual way. Those days are over. You can literally hit a button on Kajabi and it populates everything that you need to fill in your course. You upload the videos, you fill in the descriptions and titles, and boom, it produces a course for you. You gotta produce the content, but it produces the shell and the framing and helps you distribute it to the people you want to sell it to and package it and all of that. The tech is super, super easy. The days of it being difficult to make a course from a tech perspective is gone, much thanks to platforms like Kajabi that make it simple not only to build the course, but to build out the landing pages to sell the course, the website to have your content on. All of that stuff is just super easy. lanesebring.com/Kajabi. So I don't know what is holding you back from making a course. Maybe you're excited about making a course and this is just kind of firing you up. But if you are still a little bit hesitant, my suggestion is check out this playlist about making a mini course, watch through that, and I think you're gonna find that starting out with a mini course is much easier than you think. I can't wait to see you in this playlist and we'll talk more about building your first course.